on everyone. My name is Samuel Watambira, the host, and next to me is my boss, Mr. Robert Kiggundu, who is the executive director and the founder of Hope Restoration Initiative. On the program called The Man and the Community. It's a new program on Untitled One. We've just started it, whereby we invite people who have done something tremendous to the community, to have something to tell the community, the public out there, how they made it, how are they trying to manage it, and what tangible results have they really produced for the community. You're most welcome to the show today.
Thank you so much, Mr. Watambira Sam, with Brother Stewart. It's a pleasure to be on this platform.
Thank you so much. Mr. Chiku is going to take us through a lot of things. One is a director and the founder of Hope Restoration Initiative, which has really changed the lives of so many younger men, younger women in this community of Etoile. Mr. Chiku Robert.
Yes, sir.
Who are you?
Oh, thank you so much. I'm Robert Herman Kiggundu. I'm a born of Entebbe. We used to stay on a road called Johnson Road near the zoo, plot 14. That is where I was born. So I'm a resident of Chiwaf Central currently, but my voting area is Post Office because that is my electoral village. Basically, my education was in Entebbe for nursery. Of course, the nursery was Frobel. It's no longer in existence. That is Wax Grounds. But the whole of my primary was in Busia. Then I came back here in Entebbe for secondary. So my entire life as a young person and as an adult has been in Entebbe.
Great.
Yeah.
Then we know you as the CEO of Hope for Restoration Initiative, and you are the founder of this organization. What inspired you to get started with this organization?
Thank you so much, Sam. In the year 2000, I happened to have joined Uganda Red Cross, and of which at that time we were so much reaching out into the communities, of which I found a lot of people with a lot of difficulties that could be really handled, but there had to be someone who is willing to go and help out. And among the challenges I found in the community were one, some kids were not going to school, which is still happening. Some girls could not, for sure, have pads. Of course, we could know this because as Red Cross at that moment, we were involved with the community. So it took me some time, and years after I got married, the person I'm married to, my wife, Pamela Kiggundu, had the same vision of which really I heard of reaching out to such communities. So when we linked up, we felt would be a stronger tool towards our communities. So we chose to start up a Hope for Restoration Initiative. It started in Nachuo, and the reason for it was to reach out to these people through counseling. My profession, I'm a counselor by profession. So I would I used to go into schools at that time when we started, before we got a bigger team, and then do counseling with young boys, and then my wife and the ladies would do the girls, so that they are able to see what is really happening in the lives of these young people. So at some point we realized that some of these young girls were indirectly involving themselves into prostitution because someone would ask for something because they needed to give them something. And when we kind of did the research, we realized that these young girls, because of the sanitary pad, they could not afford it, and yet it is just...
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Chigun. And then we are going to go there.
Okay.
We hear about two major programs, actually three. One is the medical program, and then the second one is the PADS program. Then the third one is give a girl a maker. What really inspired you to incorporate these programs into your organization?
Yeah, thank you so much. There are basically four. Of course, like you mentioned, the Hope for Her, which is the PAD, then the medical program, and the NICA campaign, and also education sponsorship. So what inspired us is that when we went first with the PADs, as we went into schools, some girls missed out on school in the days when they were into their month. And then remember, like if a girl is taking off 4 days, that is so much in a term. So we're like, can we do something? Then, as I had traveled in the US with my wife, we talked to some friends about this issue, and then they said, hey, this is something we can join hands and then we handle. So, for the last 4 years, we have been providing reusable sanitary pads to these young people. So, in addition to that, we realized some of them we could provide pads, but some really needed knickers. So, we started a knicker campaign, help a girl get a knicker, so that as we are giving out the pads, we put in some knickers to go with the pads. And why health? Of course, I have a medical background because, of course, as I majored in counseling, also I majored in the area of HIV and AIDS. So, like being in the hospital, working with the hospital, I was trained with the Entebbe Hospital. I was there for 5 years helping with the HIV section. But that medical background, I was joined up with a medical organization that really helped in the islands. And with that kind of grew so stronger in me to help people reach out to them through medical. And now back to the girls, some of them had infections, could have infections due to unhealthy or unhygienic materials they were using. And this could cost them a lot because they could not afford buying a pad, and also in addition to the sickness, it was so hard. So it forced us to begin a small clinic. By then, we hired 2 people, a man and a woman who are medical practitioners to help. When we got these cases, these young girls could come and then they got treatment. So out of that, we grew into a medical center. So that is basically how we have reached where we are. We have what we call Hope Doctors Beyond. It is part of a program that reaches out to the community members, more especially the elderly people and the vulnerable that cannot even afford moving to our medical center. Then we have a medical clinic at our premises. And also with the pads, we do make them and we distribute them into schools, into prisons, and then hard to reach areas.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Do people pay money to access the services?
No, we are not charging for any of our services.
How do you get funded over these services that you give to the community?
Yeah, first of all, we have a few friends, a family and friends back in the US that are standing with us to run this project. And secondly, for sustainability, as a program, being here in Africa, it has helped me to appreciate what we have here and then learn how to use what we have to create some income to enable us run. And this COVID kind of taught me also a lot. And with the organization, we said we really need to reduce the issue of dependency. So we have some land that we are producing coffee. We are also rearing pigs. We are also growing ginger and also bananas, and then also other vegetables. So with this, we are able to sustain some of our programs.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Mr. Kiggundu, will you stop caring and supporting these children?
No, that is my passion. I can never stop that.
Good. That's okay. Two, what is your future plan?
My future plan with my family is for
And
sure,
organization.
and organization is to really create what we call a sustainability kind of community. And we have started this with, we have a model place in Luero, whereby currently we are training 30 women in a period of 6
What
months
are you training them in?
in tailoring and then hands-on skills. Now we already first trained them in liquid soap making because we are looking at the short-term projects and then the long-term programs. So short-term, we train them in making liquid soap, of which they are already selling their liquid soap into schools and the surrounding areas. So this model place, we are looking at having a sustainable community whereby these people are able to generate income for themselves and then in a way that will help them fight poverty. So with this place, we have 30 women training on a daily basis for the period of 6 months. And then currently we are looking at having 30 sewing machines, but so far we have 8. But the good thing, we already started. But our entire program or plan is to have a vocational school whereby we want to train people in pavers, mostly the young people, the boys, they want to do things like learning how to make pavers, bricklaying, mechanics, carpentry, and then the ladies, of course, hairdressing, and then, of course, tailoring. We also have already fish ponds dug, though fish not yet there, because we are first one to raise income. So our place in Luero is more gonna be like a demonstration farm and also a vocational training center.
Okay, thank you so much. Mr. Chigun, before we wind up, what message do you have to the community here where you've really been very aggressive in terms of support?
First of all, I really want to thank the people of Entebbe. You know, many times we don't recognize the efforts of the media people, Entebbe One. And I know during COVID, I was approached many times by the Entebbe One platform members, and we did a lot of responses with them towards the community members of Entebbe.
So they're giving out food to people.
Giving out food to the people. There were those that had been displaced by water
down in the swamp.
So I really want to appreciate also the trust and also the teamwork, because I've really been helped a lot. You know, it can be seen like Chigun, but it has been a collection of efforts of so many people. The Red Cross team that I chair as a sub-district, the Red Cross members are of a great support to what we do as an organization of Red Cross and of course Hope for Restoration. So I really want to appreciate and I want to encourage the community members that we cannot always wait for people to come to help our people. We can join efforts, we can join hands. You know, one pad costs, a pack of pads is 3,600 for a girl. But for us as an organization, you know, many times we have needs. Like we have right now, we have people that have requested we need like 20,000 pads. We have people from Masaka, people from the north, people from Mbale and central here. But the production, we also can work on a budget. Our pad budget is so small, but the need is so big. And also I want to call upon people to stand with us in the campaign of buy a Nika help a girl. You know, a Nika, a good one is 3,000. You know, I know you can buy a Nika and bring it to our organization, so we are able to give it with the pads. You can donate sewing machines or sewing materials so that we are able to go and do something together. Let us not wait, or let us not all the time start saying government should help, but we as community members that are able to do something, please let us join hands so that we are able to help our community together.
Okay, thank you so much. We've heard from Mr. Chigun Robert, who is the CEO and the founder of Hope Restoration Initiative. He's a very young man, very aggressive, very hardworking, and down to earth, and very passionate about his community. Thank you so much for the good work.
You're welcome, and I'm so grateful. This year I made 42, so Entebbe has raised me so well, and I'm so grateful to be part of it.
Okay, you've heard from him. He's here at his office. You've been my guest today. Thank you so much for honoring our